Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's preparation for our English lesson. So today it's going to be a great session. We're going to talk about time management, and this is absolutely essential. It is very important for us to master the language that has to do with time management because everything is time. Whatever job you have, whatever project you are working on, whatever you do, even if you're an artist, a musician, if you're in IT, if you, just if you have it's a normal life, in today's world, we need to master time. So what we will do today is we're going to go over all of the vocabulary expressions that have to do with time management, such as making arrangements, appointments, planning time, scheduling things. We're also going to talk about the present continuous and the present simple, but used for the future. Because I can tell you right now, I'm meeting my friend in an hour. So it's the present continuous. I am meeting, but I'm not meeting him now. I am meeting him in an hour. So a lot of people have questions about this tense. Why are you using the present to speak about the future? We'll go over that today. And we're also going to go over some collocations, which is something that we use in language, which is when two words are usually used together. So it's two different words, but typically we use them in conjunction with each other. And so that's what we will cover today. So let's get started. So we will have our lesson. It'll be a great lesson this week. If you want to join the program, you are welcome to join. It's open for everyone. And we have live lessons on Zoom. They're very dynamic. A lot of great people, a lot of great conversations, and it's all speaking because all of the materials I give them beforehand, like right now, in video format. So it's the best way to increase productivity in class. So let's get started without further ado. So the first, we will have some speaking activity here where you will decide if the sentences are true or false for you. Okay, so I am often late for things. Okay, so this is interesting. So we have an adverb of frequency here, okay, which is often. Often, all the adverbs of frequency, it's always, never, sometimes, often, seldom. So what's interesting here is when you have the verb to be, the adverb of frequency goes afterwards. Okay, so after I am often. Okay, I am never, I am always. Okay, afterwards. Now in the next one, we have another verb, I need. Okay, the adverb of frequency, in this case is often, goes before. Okay, it goes before the verb. Okay, so I often need to rush to get to places or to finish things. So to rush is to go quickly. When you are late and you are running to get to the next place, you are rushing. Okay, you also use a rush hour. So if you're driving, rush hour is typically in the morning and in the evening. I usually make a list. A lot of people say do a list, but it is make a list. Make a list of the things I need to do during the day. Okay, make a list. That's like a to-do list. I need to go to the doctor. I need to go to the supermarket. I need to pay my bills, etc. I hardly ever, nice expression, hardly ever. Hardly ever, it's a low percentage. It's almost never. Almost never. See, so it's not never, it's not 0%, but it's maybe 5%. I hardly ever do anything I plan to do in a day. We will have to comment on that. I always do things which are a priority first. Great vocabulary, priority. Okay. For example, in flights and in the airline industry, you have priority seating. Okay, that means most important. I often delay doing things I don't like doing. So to delay means to push, not do it in the moment. You delay it, it's late. It's late. Okay, so you push it, back. You push it back. Okay, and you put it always at the end. Okay, so you can procrastinate. That's another word that you can use. I never write down any appointments, or things I arrange in a diary. So you can also say arrangements and appointments. Appointments are, for example, you go to the doctor. You have a doctor's appointment. Okay, so it's scheduled. It's a scheduled time where you get a service or where you have a meeting, typically with a professional. So an appointment with your friend, that'd be more like maybe, or with a business partner, it'd be like a meeting. But if it's for a service, a dentist, it is for a doctor, anything like that, your accountant, it's an appointment, because they are serving you. And if it's more general, you can use arrangement. Okay, an arrangement. Or, you can say a meeting, a business meeting. Okay, I'm meeting my friend. Okay, but you can also use appointment. Okay, so it's not very strict. I have an appointment. All right. So now when you don't get to your meeting, you miss it. Okay, when you can miss your appointments. I occasionally is sometimes, I occasionally miss appointments because I forget I have them. So if you don't write them down, you miss the appointments. You don't show up. Okay. I sometimes stay up late. Stay up late is when you don't go to sleep on time. You stay up late. Like I sometimes stay up late because I have a lot of students. I have about 70 students, and I want to do the best for my students, for you. I want to do the best for you. And so I create content, I reply to emails, I answer questions, I organize solutions for my students, for you. And so sometimes I stay up late to finish things. Okay. What about you? What about you? If I'm finding something very difficult to do, if something is very difficult, very hard, I usually take a break. Okay, take a break is you stop your work, and relax a little bit. Maybe get some chocolate or a coffee or a tea, or go get some fresh air. It's very important to take a break. Okay, so don't forget to take a break. Okay, so sometimes people say make a break or do a break, but no, take a break. All right, so here's the grammar section. I already mentioned it. Present simple, for example, I go, I play, I study, I teach. Present simple and present continuous. I am speaking, I am presenting, I am visiting, etc. So it's the verb to be plus the verb ing. Verb plus ing, that's a present continuous, but we use it for the future in this case. All right, we use it for the future. So we can use both the present simple and the present continuous to talk about the future. So this, it's a feeling. It's not really an official explanation, but when you use the present simple, the present simple or the present continuous to speak about the future, there is the feeling that the future is close, that it's connected to the present. Not always, and it's not strict, it's not, but it's, no, I'm meeting my friend in a little bit. So I am meeting my friend in a little bit, not now, in a little bit. Okay, and normally when we use a present simple, it's a regular action. So I say, oh, I read every morning. Okay, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Not I am going to the gym 3 times a week. I go. Simple. I go because it's a regular action. Present continuous, it is now. But in this case, it talks about the future. So your homework would be to read these sentences and decide if they are speaking about the present, okay, or the future. Okay, so for example, if I'm saying I'm meeting a customer at 12, is that now or is that in the future? Okay. I am trying, or I'm, of course, we say I'm, if when you're speaking quickly, I'm trying to watch this. Okay. That's now, it's not in the future. Okay. So go over this, read these sentences, and decide if they are speaking about the future or the present. Okay. And then the next one, understanding vocabulary and expressions. So these are collocations. So this is what I said earlier. Basically, when two words are, when they are used, often used together, okay, they are called, that's called collocation. And you don't need to learn all of this. You just need to understand that these are collocations, and you can always, if you want to learn some vocabulary, you can go online to Google and just put, business English collocations, travel collocations. And there you can get some expressions, not just vocabulary, but combinations of vocabulary. And that's what people don't understand. That they learn all these words, but they don't learn what words to use with these words. You see, so they learn just individual words. And I see this all the time at the university. I teach, and people say, oh, they learn, for example, break, and they understand what take is, but they don't understand that it's take a break. They go together. They say make a break, do a break, or another combination that can be correct, can be understood, but most of the time there are some words that go together, and so it's important to learn the combinations. Okay, so for example, here we say we make an appointment, good, or arrange an appointment, miss an appointment. Okay, so you have an appointment, or you have got an appointment. I have an appointment at 3. Okay, or I've got an appointment with a dentist at 3. Okay, and okay, perfect. So we don't just learn the word appointment, but learn the verbs, adjectives, and phrases that go with it. Okay, so here we will do this exercise, and actually we will. I'll give it to you, and you can try to figure it out, and we will check the answers in class. Okay, we will check the answers in class, but I want you to just see if you can make combinations. Okay, so for example, let's do number 1 together right now. Okay, so apply for a, lose my, have a well-paid, blah, 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 a part-time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the correct answer for this one is job. Okay, why? Because you apply for a job. That means you write an application and you say, oh, my name is this, I have this education, I have this work experience. I am applying for a job. Now, some people, when there is an economic crisis, when the situation is not doing well, they lose their jobs. So lose my job. I lost my job, for example. Okay, some have some friends who have a friend who has a well-paid job. See, his salary is very high. Now, a lot of people now, they don't have a full-time job. Full-time is they work in the United States, typically it's 40 hours, but nowadays full-time is like 60 hours. It's a lot. People work a lot nowadays. Some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. But a part-time job is you're there for, I don't know, 20 hours, 25 hours, and so that's a part-time job. So see if you can do all of these. Okay, so we contract. Okay, that's interesting. It's when two people come together and they agree on something. Now, because some people, are not 100% honest, or there are misunderstandings, we need to put that agreement on a piece of paper, and that's when we have a contract. Okay, so it says, okay, you have to do this, you have to do your part, I have to do my part. That's a contract. Priority, we talked about that. Interview, I think you should know an interview when you meet someone and they want to qualify you. They want to see if you are good for the position, or if you are good, good, if you can enter a program. So they want to qualify you. They want to see who you are to decide if they want to accept you or if they want to reject you. Project, you should know, job, staff. Okay, interesting. Staff are the people who work in an organization. Okay, so typically you could say the employees. Okay, the staff, the same as employees, and the people who work in an organization, a company. Okay, meeting, we should know that. Meeting, when a lot of people get together, and training is when you prepare. When you prepare academically, professionally, okay, for a position, okay, the training. Okay, so I'm not going to go over all of this right now, but I want you to see here, and I want you to, if you have any questions, I want you to ask me in class. Okay, so I can't cover everything right now. I don't want to waste your time, but I want you to be prepared. And we will have a lot of discussions in class. We're also going to practice some understandings, some listening comprehension, because that's important. So we'll have listening comprehension with some professionals, some British professionals that will speak in class, and we will try to we'll give you some questions. We'll comment on what they are saying, and then of course you will do 90% of the speaking. I will correct you. I will give you some feedback, some advice on pronunciation, on the best English. Okay, because there's a lot of levels of English. Now, in my program, I give you the best English so that when you speak it, you will shine. People, how you speak is really, it says a lot about us, how we speak. So I always try to use the best language, the best expressions, speak correctly, have a clean accent. And with my students, that's what I offer you. Okay, so keep this in mind. I will see you in class, everyone, and happy studying. And let me know if you do have any questions. Okay, so I'm here for you. All right, see you in class.